Well, I'm Chris Popper with WDEA, and I'm joined by Diana de los Santos from the SPCA of Hancock County. And we're going to be doing, on a regular basis here on the WDEA YouTube channel, some pet tips. And Diana, one of the things, we're also joined by Magic. And
yes, we are.
Hopefully, by the time that you see this, Magic won't be here anymore, and will have been adopted. But you know, in February we had I guess three dogs were lost in one weekend in very, very tough weather, and two had very happy endings. They were reunited, and one dog, unfortunately, it was not good. But we want to talk about letting your dogs loose in this kind of weather. I mean, this has been the second snowiest winter in Maine history.
Right.
And I know Bangor's been over 121 inches. Down here in the Ellsworth area, they've had more. Mm-hmm. And you know, you're the expert, so tell us about letting your dog loose this time of the year.
Well, one of the things that we see happen a lot is for pet owners out there, you're used to maybe opening the door, letting the dog run outside to do its business. A lot of dogs won't do it in the yard. They go to the edge of the woods. They want to have their privacy in the woods. And this time of the year, when there's so much snow and ice pack on the ground, that's not a really good idea. The way we kind of see it is, if you don't want to go outside without gloves and your shoes on for 10 minutes, you shouldn't ask your dog to do it. And also, what they're used to smelling, they don't have that same direction anymore because of the ice and the snow and the layers that build up underneath it. The bacteria that normally is what they'd be able to smell, it's very different now. And also, a lot of people's yards, the snow is up so high, if they did have a fence, well, now the dog can just walk right over it. And a lot of people say, yeah, but my dog is great with recall, a voice command, and that kind of thing. Well, when it's blizzarding and blowing, it becomes very different for the dog. So they don't hear as well, they don't see as well, and again, they don't smell what's normal to them. That could lead them right back home. The safest thing to do is have them on a leash. And for people who are out in the parks, in the national park with their dogs, regardless of the time of year, there is a leash law in the park. And you should have your dog on a leash. And especially for some of these situations that happened where they were dogs unfamiliar to the area. You know, and it's so sad because in a blink of an eye, they can become lost and they become spooked, or they've picked up on, you know, another animal and they take off. And you would think, well, I can track them through the snow. When it's blizzard conditions, that's not so easy.
Right. And I mean, the other thing too is, regardless of how well behaved your dog is, if they see a deer, if they see another dog, if they see a raccoon, or whatever kind of animal that they see, they're going to go.
They sure are. And they're going to take off. And it's not as easy for you to catch them either, right, you know, because you've got to run through all of that. And, you know, just some general protection for your animals when they're out with you. Obviously, you want to watch, if you're walking in town or areas where they've been salting the roads, you want to wipe. At every entrance to our house, we have unscented baby wipes. Everybody's feet get wiped off quickly, just to keep that down. Also, on, you know, even on a cat or a dog, this hair in between their pads, on my dogs, we just clip it shorter. It keeps those ice balls from forming. You know, there's boots you can use for your dogs. I know a lot of people say, oh, I'll never be able to do that. But if you put one on at a time and distract them with a treat or a toy, and then put the next one on, it can work out. Right. Then they realize, hey, I can walk around with these. And then they can obviously stay out a lot longer, and they've got their feet protected. Right. But definitely keep on a leash. I have lots of friends who pet sit, and they take care of other people's pets. Even if my best friend said to me, oh, my dog's great with voice recall. No way. Not in that kind of conditions that are out right now. I just wouldn't know what to do with myself if I lost a friend's pet.
If if a pet is lost, give us the steps that you should take immediately.
The absolutely first thing you ought to do is call the police for that area. Let them know. In many of our towns, there are animal control officers. I'm an animal control officer in Bar Harbor. But also, the police can handle those duties. Some towns, it's the police that are the animal control officers. Call them immediately first and let them know. Because many times, someone may have already found your pet, and they've called the police to say, hey, we found this dog just roaming. Also, the next best thing, the quicker you can get a picture on Facebook, the better it is. I help admin a page that was started on MDI. It's called MDI Lost and Found Pet Alert. And we've had great luck with people posting pictures of an animal they found or their animal that's lost. And it gets out there quickly, and then everybody knows.
Right.
And it's just one place that you can put information. And so definitely the police first. Get it on social media as quick as you can. Call the neighboring vet clinics. A lot of people in the Hancock County area call us here at the SPCA. We have a lost and found book. We put the information in there because then if somebody calls and says, hey, my dog's lost, well, hold on, somebody, and
Right.
we can link them up that way. And I think a lot of people also don't realize some shelters and vet clinics are stray holding facilities. Here at the SPCA, we are only stray holding. We are secondary for Ellsworth. Small animal clinic. The vet clinic is the stray holding facility for, close to 30 towns.
Wow.
So we tell people, hey, have you called small animal clinic? Because depending on which town it is, we're like the police or ACO may have taken it straight to small animal clinic.
Right.
And they try to share that information quickly also. But calling the police first and finding out who handles animal control duties, get that information to them, and then get it on social media as quick as you can.
One thing we will do, and we have done on the WDEA webpage, is if you've got a lost animal and we see it on social media, we'll share that and post it on our page.
Yep.
I'm going to give you my cell phone number because if you have lost a pet, having 2 dogs, I know how dear and how scary it is. I mean, they're part of your family.
That's right, they
All right.
are.
So you can call me if you're in the Ellsworth, Bar Harbor area at 469-8660. That's 469-8660. And we'll get the information, we'll put it up on our webpage, and we'll share it on social media and get it out there, and we'll link it to the Bar Harbor Police Department, the Ellsworth Police Department, wherever we are with that information. So if you have lost an animal, you can give me a call at 469-8660. And we've got the MDI Pet Alert.
Yes, this is the logo. This is what you'll see when you log on to Facebook, MDI Lost Found Pet Alert. So you see it's a little guy with binoculars.
And we'll link that too on the post here as well, so that way you have that information.
Yep.
Hopefully you'll never have to use these, but regardless of how well we take care of our family members.
Things happen.
Exactly. Slip a collar, things break, leashes breaks, they snap.
Absolutely, and people think, oh, they'll never get out of that collar. I have yet to really see an apparatus out there, harness, collar, otherwise. If a dog really wanted to get out of it or was spooked, they can become a noodle and get right out of something, and they're just gone in an instant.
And the one thing I would recommend, and I have done it with both my dogs because they've come from shelters, is to have your pet microchip.
Yes, and every animal that comes from the SPCA, they come with a microchip. But also, if your pet is not microchipped, we do it here for $25. We can get you set up, and $25, and you can get a microchip for your pet.
And it's painless, and it just goes right in between the shoulders.
It's a little needle. It's about the size of a grain of rice. Goes right in between their shoulder blades, and it's definitely a good thing to have because again, cat or dog, the collar comes off. That can't come out. So.
Right. And if an animal is brought in here
Yep.
as a stray,
That's the first thing we
routinely
do
you
is check, yeah. And there's been many times, absolutely, that's how we got them back to their owners, because there was a microchip, and we can call the company and get linked up with the owner.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, that's this week, a little friendly pet tip from the SPCA of Hancock County. And we hope that you've enjoyed this. Please share it with your friends, and we'll bring a new pet tip to you next week.